Welcome to our General Musings series because I'm overwhelmed trying to make ideas for scripts. I have decided to work around what I'm learning. I have so much perfectionism and I really want to do things in a certain streamlined way, and I'm not there yet. So I really just have to let myself do it imperfectly. And I really hate perfectionists so much because it's such a cowardly way of being a coward. And it's really infuriating to see this trait in me, where I'm avoiding things or procrastinating through this facade of desiring excellence. I don't know if I've talked about this, my hatred of perfectionism and perfectionists. It's just so sniveling, I guess. There's a character type, and it's people who are very, very insecure, with very high standards, and there's a tie into the high standards and the insecurity because they feel so unworthy, and they feel so below the standard, inadequate. They feel so inadequate, and then they project that onto things through this lens of, oh, I have high standards and I need things to be a certain way, and they're super judgmental and super critical and just never do the things that are important to them. And then they complain about it and feel like victims. And that is unacceptable to me. And guess what? Stuff you judge always reflects things inside of you that you're dealing with. So I'm super judgmental of this, but here I am living that way. Not to the same degree, or not in the same, I don't have that type A personality type, and I am open to being just bold and messy, but it's still in there. It's still in there. I was trying to do the eye thing and I couldn't remember which direction I'd just done, so I think I did it twice on the side. So that's an interesting discovery. Well, yeah, like the shadow, like what you judge is just what's in you that you haven't really faced or dealt with. Probably not always. I don't know what Jung has to say about this. So I love Carl Jung. Being the modern age, I've read a lot of stuff online, like carousel posts about him, without having dived into the original source material. But secondary research is legitimate as well. You can't always be jumping into source material. Is that something a fraud says? I think that's something a fraud says. Maybe I've become a social media fraud. I don't know. Anyway, I love Carl Jung and his ability to, he saw what we were. He saw the layers. He wasn't scared of depth. I feel like we live in a very shallow time, and he was so beyond that. I guess all times are shallow times. People are fundamentally disinterested in what's really there, as I ignore all the people around me. I changed angles. So I think Jung really understood how much we run from ourselves and how much we will do anything and embrace any ideology or way of living or way of thinking in order to just not look within. He has a great quote about yoga and Eastern spirituality, and like how people will learn everything about a cultural practice and way of living from a place on the other side of the earth in order to just avoid seeing who they are. And I think that's extremely apt. And living in a West Coast hippy-dippy city that I do, I see that every day all the time. And it's fascinating. Trying to find the positive in things. It's fascinating to observe. And we all have our own versions of it. Yeah, I've been coming to terms with a lot of the self-sabotage that I do and how I hide it. And I found that boldness and risk-taking are how I kind of justify not facing my fear of, I guess, safety or stability or calm. And it's sort of an odd fear to have. Most people fear the opposite thing. They want stability at any cost, and they're very scared of the uncertain or the unknown. And I'm glad that I really thrive in the unknown, but I'm just comfortable there as well. And it's you'll take a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. It's what I'm used to, and there's good and bad in it, but I need to learn how to appreciate something that could be genuinely better for me. And that's tricky. And it's been a big question with freelancing and now content creation, where I know I want this to be a part of my life, and I've learned enough about what's possible now with digital marketing, with really leveraging social media, like what's actually possible for people. Someone's phone is going off. So it makes me feel like this is really worth fighting for and really worth investing in. And of course, at the same time, I have bills to pay and needs and requirements that I'm not meeting. And I worry that it's really self-destructive. What is that bell? Where were we? Hiding, stability, flexibility. Yeah, I've used my desire for freedom to justify evading responsibility, maybe. There's so many ways which core fears can come out. Like, there's certain things about me that usually people who have this personality or have my strengths and weaknesses will be very like vagabond, like live in a van, do the hippie thing, like very, very alternative. And I'm not like that at all. Maybe like, you know, when I was 15, I thought that would be cool, but like I don't want anything like that now. And that bell is back. Okay, as I'm watching this, like I am totally like this. It's just in a very different way. Of being like really, really unrooted, but just not part of like the alternative, like beach bum community. I'm like, oh, every judgment is a confession. Like every judgment is a window. Yeah, like I'm not a vagabond, and I'm ambitious, and I have very kind of rooted material goals. But I do have this wild, unrestrained thing that I don't know where to put it in life. And it's a big challenge. It's also just the artist's challenge. Like I'm an artist, like I'm a writer, I'm a performer. And it's hard to monetize those things in a way where you can just do those full time. And I'm tired of saying that it's hard, because I know lots of people who do it. And I'm sure they would say it's hard. I don't know if it's victimhood to say that it's hard. It's just that it is challenging. It's challenging. Let's just say that it's challenging. It's okay. And what was I saying? That wild, free thing. Like it only belongs in art. And when you have to just fulfill the demands of regular living life, it's very easy to feel like I'm bad at everything because I can't do normal things. I can do exceptional things. I can exclusively do exceptional things that take immense courage and commitment and bravado. And I'm, terrible at being like a receptionist working 40 hours a week. I'm bad at it. And it's weird it's frustrating to know you have a lot to offer and have nowhere to put it. That's been one of my core frustrations for the past 5 or 6 years. If not, I was less frustrated when I was younger because I was a little bit more tied to the arts community or to that career path. Like I did theater school, I studied creative writing, I did all kinds of stuff like that. And now being really just an independent contractor and a freelancer, and I'm so scared I'm becoming someone I shouldn't be just in order to make ends meet, like entrepreneurship and marketing and learning how to do like sales pitches and like, on one hand I think it's great, it's a wonderful challenge, I love the freedom of it, however detrimental that may be. I know I can create a life I want with it, which is great, but I'm also just, I had this thought the other day of maybe I should just like be homeless and write full time. Like it's summer, like just for a few months, like just like, sell everything, do the vagabond thing. And I felt this immense peace come over me. Like, it'd be so nice to not worry about anything fiscal or anything practical and just live and be provided for. But I think that time has passed, that season has passed. There's no way. It wouldn't make sense anymore. And it's like the only way out is through. That's another thing I've been thinking a lot about. The only way out is through. I have to figure this out. I have to figure out this YouTube channel, my Instagram, my Substack, LinkedIn, finding clients, providing services, selling my ebook, which I will get back to. I just have to figure it out. I'm too far in, I'm in too deep. And that's scary, but it's also wonderful. Because it's only good on the other side. It is. I know people who do what I'm trying to do. They're no better than me. They're ahead of me. They're no better than me. And it's inspiring and it's motivating, and it's, that's what I want this channel to do, and that's what I want my life to do. I want to remind people that you don't have to squish yourself to survive, to live. You can really be who you want to be. There's decisions you have to make, there's sacrifices you have to make. It's not that it's easy, it's that it's possible and that it's worth it. I think that's a good place to end today. If you would like to get back in touch with that part of yourself that knows that it's possible and that it's worth it, please check out our ebook called Your CTA Matters. Link down below. It's $19. It's like BFF holding your hand with some brutal honesty. It's got journaling tips. Every section ends with some journaling prompts to help you kind of rebuild that connection to yourself and just feel like you again, and feel those dreams again, and feel like they matter again, because they do matter. That's just $19. That's on our Gumroad store. And please follow, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. It helps so much. And fight for your dreams. They matter, and you matter. And we'll see you next time.